information on the race goes you should keep in mind.
Hey guys, Ycoms here and welcome to part 4 of this F1 2016 career mode with actually the second try to race the race in Bahrain because my game crashed yesterday during the first try, so hopefully we can try it again and hopefully this time out it works. So I think let's jump straight into it.
The curtain rises once more then on the desert stage of Sakhir as the players take their places for the opening act. Will they enthrall us like they did in 2014 with that titanic battle between Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton? Well, we'll find out shortly as we get underway here in Bahrain. Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36-mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities, and 2 DRS zones will help with that as well. It could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakhir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some points during the Grand Prix. Bahrain has showed us many times in the past, though, Anthony Davidson, that a good strategy will only take you so far. Beyond that, you need good racecraft and you need good consistency.
And a little bit of luck too, I'd say. This is one of those circuits where the safety car always seems to come out just at the right time to condense the field together and mix up the cars on different strategies. It's hard on brakes, it's tough on fuel, and the main overtaking opportunity is down into turn 1, where it's easy to outbrake your opponent and potentially have a bit of argy-bargy as well.
Right, let's be patient going into turn 1. We want to be in a good position for the rest of the race. Good luck.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Nico Rosberg is on pole position today after coming out on top of a difficult qualifying. And starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have a Force India, Raikkonen, Max Verstappen and Hamilton, Bottas, Kvyat, Hülkenberg and Felipe Massa.
Alright, that's it, we're starting in P3 as you may have noticed yesterday. That's our recommended pit strategy, a 2-stop with going on the softs and the mediums afterwards. Of course, that's yeah, we will try definitely that one as this seems a lot faster than the strategy mentioned below. And well, quickly showing the setup, and here we go then into the formation lap. Here we go then, rolling out of our starting grid. We of course will skip that once again, so that we are now waiting for these cars to line up, and then we are about to start round 2 of this F1 2016 career mode around Bahrain. What can we do with this ultimate AI for the first time? The lights are on, 4, 5, and away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Getting a reasonable start, not a little bit better than Sebastian Vettel here on the inside because he's starting on the on the soft tires. Hanging around the outside, a little bit closer to Ferrari there, but we're getting the better X and having the inside line for turn 2. We're making up the position of Vettel there, and we're up into P2. So Rosberg leading this race at the moment, and it would be quite a miracle if we could keep up with him. As well, we weren't that far behind him. But as we get our first warning right immediately here on the first lap for corner cutting, that is not too good, I guess. Because I think after 2 warnings you'll get your 3-second penalty. And well, we lost some positions last time out at Australia because of that. So definitely trying to not attack as much as I usually would, because I know from history this track is quite higher eating. And well, especially the rear tires, as you can see, already over 25% tire wear only from the qualifying session, pretty much from this first lap. So we will definitely have to watch out for that over the course of this race to make our strategy work. I don't think that the AI will do a 3-stop strategy, to be honest. It seems like not the best option to do it. here we go to completing the first lap. We're keeping it reasonably with Rosberg, but I don't think we will get DRS at the end of lap 2. Or at the end of lap 3, in the middle of lap 3, already 9 tenths behind, and Vettel only 7 tenths behind. So this is our time now to maybe put a little bit of a gap to the Ferrari because he's on the soft tires, he's on the slow compound at the moment. But later in this stint, he will definitely make up some time. Yeah, we're trying to be as smooth as possible without losing too much time, just by saving tires. And try to not lock up, especially in some corners like turn 1 or turn 9, 10. This section here is also quite tire demanding, I have to say. So far we're doing a good job getting a reasonable rhythm so far. A little bit missing the apex there, but nothing too major. Seems like we're getting into this rhythm of the track, which usually wasn't really a problem for me, as this is one of my, I would say, best tracks overall of the F1 game. So definitely think that we are going to get a good result here. Now a replay of the start. You can see, yeah, we're getting a reasonable launch. Verstappen very, very close behind us, but he's not going on the inside. Hamilton actually having a look. He's falling a little bit behind it now. Side by side with our teammate, who has a great start as well. I think he's up to into P6 or so at the moment. And now we're on lap 3. And this is actually a section here at the end of sector 2 and beginning of sector 3 is where the AI are so good. And basically what I'm trying to do possibly over the course of this race, just to let them through on the straight before. And now we're getting DRS and getting the straight counter without forcing the. It's not really an issue to overtake Vettel again. Here we go into turn 1. Slowing the car quite nicely down there. And we're up into P2 again. So it's definitely a battle with Vettel at the moment. It seems like no other car can follow us. I don't know who's in P4 at the moment. Maybe not such a fast car, because he's definitely holding the train up. But one lap later they catched up almost, and again we have Vettel here on the inside. We're letting him through with lean mixture as well. A little sliding there. Yeah, I noticed that even when the AI to overtake on this corner, they are definitely it's very slow on the apex. And now we have also watch out for Bottas, who's out of the slipstream ourselves, and now possibly overtaking us as well. Braking later than him, a little bit wide, still side by side with the Williams, and we will defend that position from him. And it was quite a close situation, 3 wide into the braking zone. It seems like the 2 Ferraris now side by side, but it doesn't really matter, as we're now on lap 5. And we're still, Bottas still in P3, a little bit too wide, and we're getting our first penalty off the race, and that's, I hate getting such penalties, because they can really lose you some valid positions in the end if we are holding possibly up some cars in the end. Towards the end, as this is usually the case with the AI sometimes, especially towards the end of a stint. And we actually were able to extend our first stint for 1 lap, because yeah, I just wanted to do that, just get these super softs as long as possible. I mean, we are the first to pit with some other cars as well, and now putting onto soft tires, and we will see where we will come out. I should mention that actually Raikkonen pitted 1 or 2 laps earlier, because he had an incident with his teammate, with Vettel. I'm not too sure, but here comes Raikkonen. And we are staying in front of him, hitting the apex nicely and not getting overtaken by him, which is good. And now I think also on the better tires, I mean, he's on the super soft. He's definitely not in a very good position for this race as Raikkonen. He's going to try us around the outside of turn 4, but we're defending that with relative ease. And now it's of course crucial to get an undercut on the cars in front. And yeah, we can see now 1 lap later, there's a car coming out of the pits. And it's a Mercedes. It's Rosberg, actually. Rosberg, who was leading this race by quite a margin. What an undercut from us. That was only 1 lap. A very good ad lap. I don't know if he had made any mistakes or so, but he's definitely losing ground as Rosberg. We're now into the net lead. Well, I don't know if he had, as I said, some issues, and now some other cars are in front of us, relatively seen, but We will have to see that in a couple of laps, I guess. Now we have to overtake these cars in front of us. Harrianto here, braking later than him and into turn 8. There's a forward move on the Manor there. Just backing out of that corner. Now behind NASA, the Sauber. Another, yeah, quite a train here behind Button, I have to say. And look at this, better traction than the Sauber here out of that corner. Normally the AI is very good under traction, I have to say. But here we go then, up the inside of NASA into turn 11. A little bit deep there. Nothing too major. It's not going to counter that one. And as well in this corner where we're actually not that good, we are catching Verline. We're hitting the apex very, very nicely indeed. And again here on the exit on Verline. Possibly getting the better exit there and hopefully getting the DRS of Button ahead. That would be good, I guess. Here we go then around the final corner. It seems, yeah, we are getting DRS from Button, that is for sure. Here we go then down to start finish line, also setting a personal best of 35.5, that's reasonable, I guess. There's a car coming out of the pits, as Vettel actually, who's making almost an overcut work, so very well driven laps by Sebastian Vettel there. But we're making, oh, Vettel out of the race. Why is Vettel out of the race? It seems like an safety car deployed. It seemed like that Vettel had an engine failure. Well, he had an engine failure. I'd say that as I'm commentating this after the race, of course. So the first Ferrari out of this race. I don't know if Vettel even scored points last time out, where a couple of cars didn't finish the race. For example, both Mercedes, and now Raikkonen out of the race as well. Seems like there's also an engine, second engine damage for the Ferrari drivers, and now we have a replay actually of this. Well, as Vettel came out of the pits, here we go then. We are 3 right into the braking zone. Button leaving well enough room here, and he's making up the position of Vettel as well. And then afterwards, well, Vettel is basically yeah, gone with his engine failure. Now, very crucial thing, we had to slow down, of course, because of the delta, and now we have to look where cars are possibly overtaking us. And here we go then. Ricardo now in P4, we're overtaking Bottas here, but yeah, we're not allowed to do that. So Bottas having a very, very good strategy call here, stretching his first stint on the soft tires and then coming in. So it is a Williams 1-2 at the moment, but of course Massa didn't pit yet. We will definitely be a little bit slower. We're tapping Bottas here. Now hopefully having a good exit as we restart the race. Now the green flag is out for this Bahrain Grand Prix once again, and now here we go then in the slipstream of Bottas. Can we go up the inside? Can we brake later than the Williams? We can indeed. Here we go then up the inside, not locking our tires. Which is good to see, and we're up into P2 and in the net lead at the moment. And now we have to get past Massa as soon as possible in order to have any chance here to extend a little bit of an advantage we now have with the track position of Bottas, because Bottas has way fresher tires now. Maybe about 4 laps. Let's not forget the safety car. We're setting a purple first sector. Definitely now very, very close to Massa. Maybe we can get him on the next straight after this corner if we get a very, very good exit out of there. It's not easy to overtake the Williams, but in order to keep our our belief alive that we can make a podium here today, we'll definitely have to pass Massa. Now we're in the slipstream, gaining a little bit. We're braking it just a tiny bit later than him, and we will make the position. And it's just so crucial, so crucial at the moment to have that P1. We're setting also a purple middle sector there. Just good to see. And Massa now defending from Bottas, but Bottas possibly overtaking his teammate now into the last corner. The AI loves actually to make that move, I have to say. Yeah, here we go then, Bottas popping up behind us. And the advantage is basically gone. Also, loads of wheel spin here on the exit. But now we can actually push, because now we are well in our strategy with the tire wear. So we definitely can push in this second stint. But, well, the AI are very, very fast indeed. And it's very, very difficult to make any well, to work on defending that lead, and now we have Bottas behind us. And Rosberg also in the slipstream. Here we go, then Bottas round the outside of turn 1. He already made the move. And now side by side with Rosberg. We're braking in late. Also the Bottas a little bit of sliding down the braking because we brake way later than I actually wanted. But we're side by side with Bottas and we're having a better traction out of turn 2, turn 3. And surprisingly staying ahead of Ricciardo sets the new fastest lap of the race. Seems like Ricciardo dropped a little bit back. But that was crucial to stay ahead, and now Rosberg over to Bottas. And made a little bit of a gap now and is right behind us here on lap 16. And this was our scheduled pit stop actually lap 16, but we will extend that stint once again for 1 lap in order to make that strategy work better in the end. We have the better tyre life, and now Rosberg makes the position. We can't really do something about that one. Bottas very late on the brakes, a little bit too late I think for his standards. And we will defend P2 for the moment, but now it will be very, very difficult to catch Rosberg. And also do not forget, we've got a 3-second penalty who will be added in the end. And actually, teammate in the pit it says, which means Nico Hülkenberg has to wait behind us until he can pit. Oh, that's very unfortunate. I didn't know that. Unfortunately, the strategy didn't see that, well, I was going into the pits now. They said I should go 1 lap later even, but I did not. So that was a little bit stupid for myself, I have to say. Now we are rejoining in P18, and actually Hamilton undercut us in Massa as well. Massa, of course, now on a 1-stop strategy here, and Hamilton on his 2-stop made his stop earlier, very, very early. But now they're stuck in the train. Look at this, we're going off the inside of 3 cars because they're braking so early. And now behind Gutierrez and Nasser, this is again our chance. If the AI are stacking up people, we definitely now can overtake some people here and make up some ground against these drivers who are actually now right behind us. Here we go, then making up the 2 position of Gutierrez and Nasser. Now behind Magnussen, who's running in a strong P9 at the moment, but he has to pit for another time. And I think the cars in front of us, well, they didn't pit so far. All these cars now in front of us have pitted, well, still have to pit 1 more time. And here we go then, we will definitely have to get into the DRS of Kevin Magnussen as soon as possible. We're also almost running off the track there again on the exit there. This is where the game is pretty strict on extending. Here we go then, closing Magnussen down this straight. Also having a good exit out here of the final corner, and that's just going to be an easy move of Magnussen. Now Magnussen goes in the pits anyway, so we get into the DRS. Ricciardo going in the pits, Ericsson in the pits, no, Ericsson not in the pits apparently, and Bottas coming out in front of us actually. So yeah, that didn't go in our favor, I have to say. Massa behind us now, and yeah, this is our really only chance to overtake Bottas. Oh, so we're getting close to him here on the exit, on the entry of that last corner, but now we're having the slipstream and Rosberg setting a new fastest lap. Can we beat Bottas? And here we go then with the slipstream of the DRS. It should be enough if you can nail a braking point. Just braking a little bit later. We're locking a little bit of our tires, but we're making the move of Bottas, and possibly we will not get P2 in the end because, well, because we have the penalty and we're not going to extend our advantage again for well, possibly not pulling away from him. But the gap to the cars behind will be now crucial, and I don't know who actually is behind at the moment. As Bottas now goes for a move again. Here up the inside of turn 1. We can't really do anything about it, can we? Also not with braking later. Verstappen now P4. Battling with Hamilton actually at the moment. So that could be working in our favour if they start battling. But we're also battling with Bottas, which will lose us time. Oh, Bottas braking early, braking a little too late. Oh no, what happened there? A little bit of lack of concentration. We crashed into Bottas, was braking, well, early, but not that early. We braked a little bit too late as well. we are crashing into Bottas, losing a part of our front wing. The race for Bottas is pretty much over as he spun around, and we will have to deal with damage in the end. I could. That's annoying. That's very annoying. I mean, now we have to deal with damage all the time. And Lewis Hamilton out of the race? Lewis Hamilton with the next one with an engine failure after the 2 Ferraris already lost their position. And now we come under pressure from Verstappen. And of course, it's not an issue to overtake us here on the straight. But now the task is to always get a decent exit out of the final corner, to counter that immediately and stay ahead for the rest of the lap until we can make the procedure again. Of course, we will still have to keep in mind that we have got that penalty, and will be very, very crucial to stay ahead. Stay ahead with 3 seconds in front of P4 at the moment, which is Kvyat actually. So what a race that is from Kvyat at the moment in P4 in the Toro Rosso. And behind Kvyat is actually Carr and then our teammate in P6. So very, very good team result that would be. We come home in P3. And you can see the gap to Kvyat is 4 seconds at the moment, that we're making a similar move again on Verstappen here. So this is really, really repeating over and over again in these next couple of laps possibly. Here we go on lap 26 again, lifting up the throttle a little bit to let him through. And again, doing a little bit, getting a decent run again on him. 4.3 seconds to gap to Kvyat now. What's the gap now? 4.3 seconds to Kvyat, and we are making again the position up of Verstappen here. So if we can keep that up, and then we only have to defend into the last corner on the final lap to stay ahead of Verstappen. But Verstappen is not really our target at the moment. We will have to stay in front of Kvyat, and this is going to be very, very crucial. So we're now on lap 27, a little bit too much on the inside. We're getting another warning and another penalty for corner cutting. It's the same issue. It's getting from bad to worse in this last stint here for us. Getting a second penalty, losing a part of our front wing. We're actually this time defending from Verstappen around the outside, which is not getting the best exit on this corner here. And now our dreams of a podium are definitely over, as Kvyat is definitely not on, definitely within 6 seconds at the moment. We also have to watch out for the cars behind Kvyat, who are another car and our teammate, to stay in front of them. But now we are overtaking Verstappen again here on the final lap actually. Rosberg has a gap from 10 seconds or so, making a little bit earlier than Verstappen, but making the apex quite nicely and staying ahead of him. And now the final lap, and definitely nothing we can do here to grab a podium position today. Unfortunately, we were very, very close. A very good, I think a reasonably good race. The safety car definitely helped us as well, and people getting held up and stuff like that. So Rosberg winning the race, very crucial for the Mercedes driver after not scoring in Australia. Now defending from Verstappen into the final corner, but it's not really our target. Our target is the guys who are behind Kvyat in P4 and 5. Can we stay ahead within 6 seconds? And we can. We are in P4, finishing P4 this race, and that is very satisfying with these
a great win then for
penalties,
the Mercedes team today. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. But credit to the driver as well, though. There's no good having a well-oiled machine behind the scenes without a talented hand on the wheel, of course.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today. And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Max Verstappen, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Look at where Roman Grosjean finished compared to where he started. That's a really strong performance, so driver of the day has to go to him, I think.
So, that's it basically for this race. Kvyat on in P3, what a result for him. Alonso in P5 again, so very good result for him as well. And Button again in the points, so the McLaren Honda team doing exceptionally good. And not good for Lewis Hamilton. 2 races, no points for him. What a disaster that is, I have to say. Going for some pit strategies, but here we go then. This is the drivers' standings, and we are in P5 at the moment. And our teammate in P10 with 8 points, so that's not too bad as well, I guess.
It's got to be Roman Grosjean. He was in another league for me today. Really impressive.
And Alonso in P2. What is going on in this career mode so far? And look at the constructors. Red Bull leading, McLaren, and then us, and then Mercedes, then Toro Rosso, and then Ferrari in P6. Wow. Sauber and Mana, of course, with no points. Well, that was expected, I guess. But other than that, very crazy what has happened in these two races so far. And you can see, well, I'm getting some points. I guess that was it from this episode. I hope you enjoyed this pretty exciting race, I guess, with a couple of battle and a little bit of drama in the end. And I hope to see you in the next video. Well, in the next career mode episode again at China. So yeah, I will see you there. Bye bye.